Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. It's Chuck here, and we got a list of 15 properties, and we got the buyer class coming tonight. Probably too late to register, but you can always come to the next one. I think we're even doing one later in March. Now, the first one up is actually a really affordable home, 3226 Steeles Avenue West. And so where it is, it's just by Peru Road right here, a little bit further away. So Bronte is just over here, and it's in this little triangular shaped piece right here. There's train tracks right behind. There's usually detached garages or sheds. They're not the best kept homes. They're older style, like they're built probably before World War II, kind of the older brick facade, and some of it needs a bit of work, some repointing, but they're cheap, right? And they're not big. They're only 2 bedrooms upstairs, and the main floor is usually just a kitchen plus a living room, and then there's a crawl space underneath. However, at this price, you can't find anything else. So the tenant's willing to stay in a home like this, and so if it's in good shape and you can get probably more than about $900 a month, it can be a good investment property because all you're really paying for is your mortgage, your taxes, and then they would cover probably the cost of utilities. Mortgage and taxes on this are not very much at all. So this is it's kind of a neat opportunity, maybe for someone who just wants to start into the entry point investment market, and it's almost like it's cheaper than buying most condos, including this one at 100 Millside, number 1104. And earlier this week, we profiled one that was also a 1-bedroom, and so this one's at 219. That was at 249, and it was a very renovated, very nice-looking condo. But this one here is it still looks nice. If you check out some of the photos, they've got some outside shots, of course. But the only one that really shows in the unit, I don't know about the kitchen or anything like that, but you can see that the floors look good. It looks like it's clean and tidy, and so that could be a hint about the rest of the rest of the unit. So for $30,000 cheaper, I mean, you could conceivably put a lot of work into this one and still sort of land pretty close to where the other one was. So I like this. I think that's a great price point. I think the 1-bedrooms do have a good demand. Not everyone needs the 2 bedrooms plus a den, 2 full bathrooms. Something simple would be good. And this is more of a retirement style building. $370 on the maintenance fees. Includes even cable TV. It includes your heat and hydro, so you'd just be paying your property taxes on top of that. So nice stuff. 740 square feet is a good size. The master's spacious enough. Really like that listing. Short Reed Crescent, 339. So this is I think it's called a Brent Ridge End, and it's just under 1,300 square feet. It's the 3-bedroom version. So the 3 bedrooms on this one, the 2 other rooms besides the master, they're kind of small. They're great for small kids' rooms. I wouldn't put a child probably over 5 or 6 years old in those rooms because they're just a little bit tight. Hardwood floors here. You do have an eat-in kitchen, which is rare for these 3-story models. And you can see the master there. And then we've got 2 smallish rooms. So a little bit on the high side compared to what they're selling for. Anything under $350, though, if you put it anywhere near what it's worth, it's going to attract attention. And with those floors, maybe if it looks good inside when you go to see it, it might be worthwhile. Pettigrew is at $369. It's a green park. Now, Pettigrew itself is a street that if you don't live there, there's no reason to go on it. So it's great for street hockey. Now, it does this one faces sorry, I got some hiccups. It faces Thompson, so there's some trees that they've planted and they're starting to grow, so it's starting to get a little bit better, but you do hear some of the road noise. Inside looks very nice. You can see there's one pot light by the entrance there. And so you've got this kind of living room right here with the fireplace. And you've got a couple more pot lights here. You've got your bathrooms and all that stuff. Then you get into the back of the home and you've got your eat-in area plus your kitchen. And it looks like it's been kept very well. It's clean, it's tidy, it's simple. And upstairs, the ensuite's nice and big. The master's a good size. All the rooms are good size. So good looking listing. $369 I think is a really good price for this home. And again, that seems like entry point for a lot of the semis these days. So Bundy Drive is at $389. Moorside Corner, and so it's got the nice wraparound porch here. I always give people heck for not matching up their stainless steel appliances with their hood fan, because I think it's To me, it's an easy thing to fix, and it just creates such a stronger impression on the listing. They do have an eat-in area here. The kitchen's a little bit narrow, so it's that you can't fit a huge table in. And then just over through the pass-through window, you've got your family room. And then on the other side of the house, you have a living dining, and there's a couple pictures of that too. There it is right there. So you can see the dining fixture. And I guess they took the table out. I don't know why. And then that's kind of the living area. 1570 square feet. There's a second floor laundry on this one. And it looks like there's a finished basement too. So if that's the case, I mean, really, something on paper that had this model with a finished basement. There's another home that sold maybe a month ago for really big money, about $25,000 more than what these guys are listed for. So that one was a little bit more upgraded. This one's got carpet throughout, but I mean, it's looking like it's in the right zone. Arid Court is at $429. It's a townhouse, 1,600 square feet with a finished basement. It's a Heathwood home, and it looks beautiful inside. Okay, so you've got lots of upgrades in the kitchen. Someone may give them a hard time for having white appliances, but I think that whole look of how they put it together is good. So you've got some nice cabinets. Even the handles, everything there is nice. Granite countertops, good-looking floors on both levels, glass shower. So nice stuff. And then there's your basement, nice open concept. And you get it's a really good layout. It's awesome. So $429, you can find townhomes this size for cheaper. Actually, if you look at the previous one, that's a good example. This one certainly is playing the quality game. Savaline, $430, and so we get a couple semi-detached that to me are a little bit boring. There's no inside photos, less than 2,000 square feet. And so it's just, now it says end unit townhome, and I believe they listed it as a semi, solid oak staircase, iron pickets. There's some upgrades it looks like in here, but I mean, a lot of these semis, like I think if you're going to be playing well into the fours, like you got to stand out. $432 on this one here on Fasken Court. You know, carpet, like again, less than 2,000 square feet. They probably could have taken a couple things off their counters and off the top of the fridge there. It looks like you've got this one room which opens up to the kitchen, and then there's a dining room right at the front of the house. And you can see on the front shot is you've got an area that sticks out. Master bedroom looks like a good size, so that area there represents the dining room. And I think you have a pretty good driveway there too. Again, doesn't blow my mind. McQuaig is a double car garage detached for $5,000 more. Now this one doesn't have the same inside space, but it does have that finished basement too. So I mean, I would take this one in a heartbeat over the two previous semi-detached. So that's your main floor right there. And then your kitchen, and then you've got an eat-in area. And we profiled this one last week. They've relisted it, and I think the price is a little bit lower. And so there's some of the bedrooms. So just well taken care of. If you can live with not having a formal dining room, if you can put your eating area in the kitchen, plus have the other space, plus have a finished basement, you got 3 bedrooms upstairs, this one would be a great fit for you. Houston, kind of similar. This one's only a 1.5 car garage, but you can fit 2 cars side by side in the driveway. And so the 1.5, most people aren't fitting 2 cars in their garage. Most of the time they put a bunch of crap in it. 3 bedroom on this one here too. You've got a finished basement. Same idea that you only have this one room right here, and then you've got your kitchen with the eat-in. And a bit of a different layout in the kitchen. There's some of the shots upstairs, and then there's your basement. Looks nice and cozy. And there's a hot tub in there too with a nice deck. So good stuff. They're both playing kind of in the same zone, and I think they both have great things to offer. Yates Drive is at $514. Thistle Bay, 2230 square feet. You've got a separate living dining room. So there's your dining, there's your family, and then the living would be just over to the left. Kitchen looks okay, and you've got some hardwood floors on diagonal. That's the living we just showed, and then you've got your 4 bedrooms upstairs. Now downstairs, it looks like you've got a great little bar set up, and then you've got this whole other area just through the doorway. Looks really good. I'm a big fan of carpet in the basements. I know the general trend, a lot of people will put laminate floors in. I just think a nice comfy carpet can make a big difference. It's more comfortable. $514, these models normally sell up in the kind of $490 range. So you add on a finished basement for $20,000. These guys are right in the zone. So I think they're going to do well. It'll be good news if you own a single car garage. To see these guys break the 5 mark is definitely going to help. especially as we head into the spring. So Eager Drive 562. I know it's less than 2,500 square feet. I don't know the exact size. And so we've got hardwood floors upstairs, then we've got a finished basement. So same thing there. I mean, if you figure 20 or 25 for the finished basement, do homes like this sell in the lower fives? Sure they do. Okay, so it's probably a little bit, the word I used a lot, or the expression I used yesterday was on the high side of fair. That's probably where I'd fit that one too. Minto Crescent, no pictures. Looks like there's 6 bathrooms, but I don't know if that's right. There's an unfinished basement. Shows like a model home. I don't know what that means. We'll have to wait for the photos on this one. Hinchy Crescent is at 696.9, and so we're talking about just over 2,800 square feet. Stone and brick outside. Very well done inside. Very nice. Bit of a European feel to it. Big, thick crown moldings here. So no expense was spared. I even think that those don't look like builder tiles. I think they probably did some custom work in their bathroom here. And so it just comes together well. The laundry room looks like a kitchen practically. So 696. I mean, you can find homes this size a lot closer to the 600 mark. So these guys are really banking on getting some money for their upgrades in the home. Tremaine is the last one. It's at 1.65, and so it's on 7.85 acres. There's no photos yet. It's a 5-bedroom home. It's got 4,550 square feet. So just from those numbers there, assuming it's in pretty good shape, I mean, it seems a little bit high. So maybe what they're counting on is some of the development nearby. And we know that the next phase of Milton is coming right down to Britannia from Louis St. Laurent. And so this side of Tremaine is a heavy development area. There's a lot of things that are being planned. So where this home is just south of Britannia. So, and then somebody else owns this big piece of land right here. Now, I don't know if they know something we don't. It would probably take me a lot of research to figure out what's happening around here. But if you're figuring developments happening here, you're going to start to potentially see some things on the corner of Tremaine and Britannia. So Tremaine exit's coming at the 401 in a couple years, so that's going to affect traffic patterns here. The house is set back pretty far. The house is somewhere around this zone here. There's a little bit of a pond right there. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see a pond. And so it could be a really, really nice opportunity here. Just hard to tell with no photos. And it's hard enough in the country once you get past $1 million to really figure out, you know, the value of these places. There's so many different things to look at, but it is what it is. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes. If you're coming into town this weekend, join us for a tour of homes. Come meet us at Starbucks, and again, enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.